Сейчас ебанет.
Ого!
Что делать?
Разбить.
The night sky over Ukraine is burning once again. From Kiev to Kharkiv and Zaporizhia, flashes of explosions pierce the darkness. October 2025 marks the most intense wave of Russian airstrikes since the beginning of the war. But this time, the targets are not soldiers. They are the country's energy arteries. Power plants, gas facilities, and rail networks are under precision attack. For millions of Ukrainians, it means one thing: a winter without light. As October began, Russia unleashed near-nightly strikes against Ukraine's power grid, substations, and critical logistics hubs. President Volodymyr Zelensky called it a war on our energy. He stated, "Russia uses every day of this autumn to strike our power system." On October 10th alone, massive waves of missiles caused blackouts across 9 provinces. Even parts of Kiev went completely dark. A child was killed in Zaporizhia, and dozens were injured nationwide. Unlike previous campaigns, this offensive also targeted the gas industry. Ukraine's state energy firm, Naftogaz, confirmed at least 6 major gas facilities were hit, forcing Kiev to import additional energy supplies from abroad. Russia deployed an arsenal of mixed high-tech and mass-produced weapons. During the night of October 16th alone, over 300 Geran-2 suicide drones and 37 long-range missiles were launched in a single coordinated strike. These drones, also known as Shahed 136s, supplied by Iran, swarmed in huge numbers, overwhelming Ukrainian radar systems. While many were intercepted, dozens broke through and hit their marks. Moscow also used Iskander M ballistic missiles, 2 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles fired from MiG-31 jets, along with Iskander K cruise missiles, and several Kh-59 and Kh-101 air-launched variants. Most of these were precision-guided, flying at low altitudes and high speeds, making them difficult to intercept even with NATO-supplied air defenses. Russia's defense ministry described the attacks as strikes on military infrastructure, but the destruction on the ground showed otherwise. Power plants, gas fields, and civilian energy hubs lay in ruins. Autumn 2025 has turned into a campaign against infrastructure itself. Russia is no longer just targeting troops or tanks, but the 4 vital lifelines of Ukraine: electricity, gas, fuel, and transportation. First, electricity. Thermal power stations in Kharkiv, Dnipro, Kryvyi Rih, and Zaporizhia were hit hard. Major substations in Usatove near Odessa and Brovary near Kharkiv burned down, causing widespread outages and system instability. Local officials in Kharkiv said openly, "Russia's goal is to paralyze our national grid." Next, gas and fuel. The Shebelinka gas processing plant in Poltava exploded in flames, its glow visible for miles. Gas production fell by nearly 60% overnight. Meanwhile, the Kremenchuk oil refinery, Ukraine's last major refining site, was struck again by missiles and drones. Russia claimed it supplied fuel to the Ukrainian military, a claim Kiev called a pretext for crippling its civilian energy reserves. And finally, rail transportation. Since mid-year, Ukraine's railways have become top priority targets. More than 220 attacks struck tracks, stations, and power substations in just 2 months. The objective is clear: cut off logistics, slow weapon deliveries, and disrupt the country's vital export routes of grain and steel. Electric trains stopped. Diesel locomotives filled the gap, many decades old. Civilian travel became risky, and Ukraine's transportation backbone began to fracture. Lights out, fuel burning, rails frozen. 3 pressure points that can cripple a nation without firing at its army. Kharkiv suffered some of the heaviest damage. On October 13th, guided bombs struck the city's power network, cutting electricity to over 30,000 customers. A hospital sustained heavy damage, its windows shattered by shockwaves. Mayor Ihor Terekov called it a strike at the city's heart. Just days later, another wave of drones on October 17th knocked out power in Chuhuiv and more than a dozen nearby towns. 1 civilian was killed, tens of thousands left in darkness. The Shebelinka gas facility, straddling the Poltava-Kharkiv border, was once again engulfed in fire after a combined drone and missile attack. Operations were halted, and Naftogaz warned that winter gas supplies would now depend on imports. Authorities urged citizens to save energy, while repair crews worked through nights filled with air raid sirens. October 2025 has revealed a new face of modern warfare. Battles no longer rage only in trenches or skies. They unfold in power grids, gas lines, and railway systems. Russia's strategy blends cheap kamikaze drones with expensive precision missiles to cripple both Ukraine's economy and its morale. For Kyiv, keeping the lights on has become as vital as holding the front line. As winter approaches, the struggle to keep energy flowing may define the outcome of this war. Can Ukraine survive another dark, freezing season? Or will Blackout become Russia's most effective weapon of the 21st century? This video was created for documentary and analytical purposes. Some visuals are authentic archival or publicly available footage, while others are AI-based reconstructions and illustrative segments used solely to clarify context and maintain visual continuity. All materials are presented neutrally, with no endorsement of any side involved in the conflict. The content is intended only for education, documentation, and public information.